Don't you just love this music? I really like this theme. Anyway, hello everybody and welcome back to the Pokemon Black Randomizer Nuzlocke. In the last episode we arrived here and I don't know what the name of the city is. And in today's episode we're gonna take on the gym. But first let's take a quick look at our team because I made everybody level 25 or up. Ra I think with 1 level because switch training was necessary. Shears I don't think I used at all in the grinding. So let's take a quick look at our team. Some of these members aren't quite as powerful as I would like them to be, gonna be honest. The moveset on Squidward didn't change. I gave Thief to Dusk, for obvious reasons. It also is holding the Black Glass, which I found in the desert while grinding. Very useful item for improving Dark type moves, obviously. It also got Fake Out, which might actually end up being fairly useful. Then and the Vibrava, I think, got Sonic Boom off screen, possibly. This is its movesets anyway. I don't even think we looked at its movesets between in the last episode. And then Savior the Anorith, which definitely hasn't been saving anybody so far, has gotten Protect. And then these two haven't changed whatsoever. We're going to take in the next gym, which usually would be electric type, but also it's a new month. Welcome in September, apparently. I didn't even realize, but today is September the 1st. I'm recording this. It's spring now, which is interesting because summer is ending. Oh yeah, this gym. I really like the aesthetic of this gym. This is probably... I already did the comment question for the day, what is your favorite Unova gym? So I'm not going to do it again. But this is probably up there for me as far as interesting gyms go. And there's not a lot of battles we can actually avoid in here. So we'll be fighting quite a lot, which probably means that we'll be running back to the Pokemon Center quite often as well. The first battle we face has 2 Pokemon. I started with a Pidgey. Okay, so far it's not very threatening, but it's level 24 and it's just a random gym trainer, which... I know what the levels are going to be, but it still worries me. Because I kinda expected everybody to have like level 22 Pokemon, if the gym leader has level 25, 25 and 27. That being said, my coverage is actually pretty good. Fortress. Probably Ra would have been a good move there. But I don't want to use those 2 powerful Pokemon too much, because if I do, okay, I might have to. I might have to. Also, yeah, Steel resists Ice, because Steel resists literally everything, apparently. I don't have anything... I mean, I could go into Ang and try to Sand Tomb. I also found a Rock Tomb TM, by the way. I probably should teach that to somebody, at least. Because that might be a very useful move for somebody to have. This is the first time I've ever actually used Sand Attack in any, like, serious ways, I think. Maybe. I don't think Bite is going to do anything if you don't attack it, right? So it should do nothing. Now I can Sand Tomb and... How much does that do? That does nothing. I mean, I know it's not a powerful move, but that's kind of pathetic. Sonic Boom is a set amount of damage, so I don't think it will be impacted by... This is going to be horrible, by the way. It might kill. It probably will kill before you can actually use it. Because now he's going to store up more energy. He outspeeds, though. Okay, so that does kill. That could have been potentially scary, because that would have been 40 HP damage, which he doubles with Bite, I think. Which would have been 80 HP damage, because Sonic Boom always does 20 HP damage. It's the one thing that killed me during the Hard Gold Randomizer Nuzlocke was Dragon Rage, which also always does 50, I want to say. Maybe 40, I think it's 50. Might even be 60, honestly. And, well, if you only have, like, level 10 Pokemon, which at most have, like, 25 or 35 HP, it one-shots them. Always. Still salty about that. Okay, starting off with a Heracross. That's, not an issue for me, actually. I was going to say potentially interesting, but I have got Psybeam. it will wreck your world. Not as much as you're wrecking my world right now, admittedly. Oh, that doesn't do as much as I hoped it would. That's not good. Okay, maybe Heracross is a bit of an issue. Oh my god, that does a lot. Oh my god. I'm just gonna heal myself. I don't have a lot of potions. I probably should go back and get some potions in the Pokemon Center, because this is potentially dangerous for me. Also, I have been thinking about including the face cam for this series as well, but it feels weird introducing a face cam halfway through. So I'm not going to do that. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch the Pokemon Snap playthrough, which by the time this gets uploaded probably will have almost finished. I want to say no, surely not. No. No, because this is getting uploaded in like a week, right? So I only recorded the first half of it and already uploaded it scheduled. So surely there's not enough time between... I don't know my own schedule, right? I'm very bad at scheduling things. So yeah, I'm gonna go back to the Pokemon Center real quick here, just to get myself some more potions. Actually, now I have one more potion. I'm gonna have to go back anyway, might as well do it now. I can't make up my mind. I'm bad at scheduling, I'm bad at making up my mind, I'm bad at talking. Clearly, if you've been watching me for a while, you know. I don't know why I do this, because I'm bad at talking, I'm bad at words. Which is an interesting common question of the day, actually. What is a thing you're very bad at, yet still do? By the way, I don't want to say that I'm actually very bad at talking and like commentating and that kind of stuff, because I don't want to say I'm very good at it either. It's just, I'm not horrible. Sometimes I have issues like finding a word, but I think that's just like being a human. Especially, I speak fluent English. I want to say that I speak fluent English to a point where people can't really tell, even from my accent, where I'm from, right? And I say quite a lot of in certain episodes because sometimes I'm just tired and stuff. So I want to say I've mastered the English language, more or less. I mean, I don't have like a master's degree but you get what I mean. I'm more than just a little proficient. I can communicate on a fairly decently high level in English. Enough to the point where it comes natural to me. A lot of people I know, when I talk to them about this, which I don't talk like every day to everybody I know about, how do you speak English? But a lot of people I know which also have English as a second language, first think of the thing they want to say and then translate it and then say it. I don't do that. I just, especially if I've been recording a couple of episodes, I'll actually start thinking in English, which is absolutely great because frankly that's kind of what you need in order to do this properly. If you are thinking in one language then translating them into English and then actually starting to talk, there's a lot of like mental processing power going into that. And I don't think that's very sustainable, and especially if you're trying to keep up conversation without having a dialogue partner. So it's a monologue, which is pretty much what I'm doing here, half an hour long monologues every single day. You need to keep up the pace. Maractus. Okay, so I'm going to go into... No, I'm not going to go into Ra. Are you crazy? Are you actually insane? Okay, so I don't have a lot of things to deal with Maractus, so I'm going to go into Shears. I don't want to do it, but I just have to. Otherwise things will die. I have a huge grass weakness, as it turns out. And the only two bug types I have are Shears, which can deal with it easily, and then Savior, which... The reason you're not seeing Anorith much on screen is because otherwise it would die. Anyway, so I'm not saying like I'm actually very bad at like talking and commentating and hopefully being entertaining. But it's an interesting thing, right? Because usually when you're doing a job interview or something like that, one of the questions is, tell me some of your strong points and some of your weak points. And then everybody gives the same answers. Oh, I'm an overachiever and I work myself to death half the time. All that kind of good stuff. Which, those aren't bad sides. Those are things the interviewer wants to hear. Put in something that sounds like it would be a bad thing, but actually they're positives for you. And that's what everybody does in a job interview, and employers know that. Employers know it. And they kind of expect you to say that, right? It's a kind of a formality. It's like a... what's the word I'm looking for here? It's like a sort of almost... I don't want to say a dance, because that sounds real weird, dancing with a potential employer. But you get what I mean, right? It's like a ritual. That might be the better word to use here. Also, that did nothing to... I can't pronounce this thing's name to this day. I guess Bubblebeam has stab, right? So, but employers don't actually want you to give negative sides to like personality and work ethic. And if you actually like naively go into that and just answer honestly, you're probably a little less likely to get that job suddenly, because they don't want to hear what you're bad at. They want to hear like it's a little bit of a test how good you are in like rhetoric, mostly, I think. But there's a lot of things I just did it the other day when interviewing for a job. They're like, what are your strong and weak points? I'm like, well, I'm good at this, this, and this, and this. And what are my weak points? Well, it's a lot easier, usually. Anyway, let's heal up before we actually go into the gym bell. And I said, well, I'm not very good at like being on time oftentimes, especially when like I have to wake up early. I'm not a morning person at all. As a matter of fact, I'm very much the opposite of a morning person. Also, I'm very lucky that I have a burn heal. I am very much like a afternoon and night kind of person. So if I have to get up at like 7 to be at a job at 9, it doesn't really work for me all that well. I prefer to get up a lot later and then work until a lot later. And a lot of jobs... Okay, we start with the fucking Deoxys. This is gonna go horribly wrong. Anyway, that's why I work from home as a freelancer, because I can wake up whenever the fuck I want and then keep on working until like 8 PM if need be. And I understand. Usual business hours, it's like contacting clients and all that kind of stuff. If you're employed for a company, it's not something you can really do oftentimes, starting at like 12 and then working till 8 rather than 9 to 5. I totally get that, but it just doesn't work for me that well, because what will end up happening is just people on my team and my employer will just be annoyed because I'll be like 15 minutes late because I can't wake the fuck up. I won't be in my right state of mind because I am not well rested because I had to force myself out of bed. Didn't know I had a health item? Because I call bullshit on that. And altogether, nobody will be happier for it, other than my bank account. My bank account would be happier if I had a stable job, definitely. So this Deoxys doesn't seem to be much of a problem so far. I don't think it has a pupil though, does it? I think it looks like it just has white eyes, and it's dead now, and I'm very glad, but I just noticed that and it was kind of disturbing. Okay, the next one is Sandslash. That's a lot easier to deal with, honestly. Let's go back into Squidward. I think we've had the most potentially dangerous... I mean, there's still going to be the level 27 Pokemon, right? Which is the third one. I guess Bubble Beam, right? It's the best thing to do here. That's just a defense drop. That's not a big deal. Oh, that one hits. Thank you very much. Super effective stab. Bubble Beam. Also, I had the opportunity to teach him Octazooka, but apparently that is the... Yeah, I'm very sorry, but I don't think I've got anything to deal with water types, really. I'm not weak against it. As a matter of fact, I can rather easily, for the most part, deal with water types defensively, but just not offensively. And since this thing is level 27, I don't want to take too many risks. So I'm gonna slash you. I'm not gonna use Fury Cut, because by the time Fury Cut actually becomes somewhat powerful, the same amount of turns Slash would probably have taken out this thing already, right? And Slash has a high critical hit ratio. So I'm gonna keep slashing. Because if I get a critical hit now, it might kill. So please don't use Water Pulse on the next turn, because that'll absolutely annihilate me. Okay, this Slash will kill, no matter what. Unless you use a Hyper Potion. Okay, I deserve a critical hit now. Give me that critical hit. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Thank you. I needed that. Anyway, so common question of the day. What are you bad at yet you still do? Because there's a lot of things you tend to keep doing even though you're not very good at them. For me, that's like a lot of things. I like trying to keep a schedule. I'm not very good at that stuff, right? And well, frankly, there's a lot of things, and I do have plenty of time. I was going to say I don't have time to get into all of them this episode, but I think we do, because we've got like 10 more minutes to go. Volt Switch could potentially be interesting. Got to keep that in mind. I have it. I don't think I will want to teach it to anybody, but I think it'll be potentially useful. And I think we'll actually be able to capture another Pokemon today, which we can't add to the party because of the new rules, obviously. Stating that we can only add new Pokemon to the party when there's a spot free because something died. And I would prefer nothing to die. But having something like in the box as backup, very nice. It's a very nice feeling to have. So we're halfway through the gyms already. This is going very quickly. I know that the game slows down a little bit as far as like badge progression goes, about like 6 badges in. I think between the 6th and the 7th you get a whole lot of story, and then between the 7th and the 8th you might get some. And then after the Elite 4, of course, you get some. But let's just see if we even get to the Elite 4, let alone getting through it. Because the Elite 4 is rough in this game. And then getting through it, the champion fight, which you don't actually have to do now that I remind myself of it. Okay, no. What's with the rival fights in this freaking game? We had a fight literally on the route before this city, and now we're having one after. Can you please stop having rival fights every 5 seconds? That would be greatly appreciated. Also, I think Bubble Beam would have been the better option there, because it would still have been super effective. For some reason, I assume Pupitar, ew. That's gross. Pupitar would be Grand Dragon, like Flygon would be? That's clearly not the case. Oh. As you can see, by the way, Squidward, definitely a good member of the team, because it's the same level as, maybe a level higher now than Ra. Again, I don't really have anything to deal with your typing. So I'm just gonna go into Dusk, because I don't want everybody to get over-leveled other than a couple of Pokemon. And I think if Dusk actually gets like a decent Dark-type move that's not Thief, it might be very useful. Something like Crunch. I need you to get Crunch. If you have Crunch, you'll be... Ah, that's so weak. I think you're a special attacker anyway, so maybe you need Dark Pulse. Are you a special attacker? Because you're dealing so little damage. No, you're actually a mixed attacker. So in which case, both Dark Pulse and Crunch would be nice. Just to have the option to choose. This is gonna go horribly wrong for Dusk. I need to switch out Dusk. You see, I try to do something nice and then it just doesn't work. And that's with Stab, I might add. That amount of damage is with Stab and without the Black Loss because they got knocked off. I'm not gonna go into Ang or Savior. I'm not gonna go into Ra, so it's gotta be Shears once more. Shears to the rescue. If anybody on my team is actually worthy of the name Savior, it's this motherfucker here. It's not that stupid Anorith. It's the Sizzle. Thing's been saving me ever since it got on our team. Maybe because it's overleveled, maybe because it's powerful, but you don't need no Mega Evolution. Scizor is just perfect as it is, as you can clearly see. Okay, I'm confused is a bit of a thing. I'm gonna be honest. Also, I just realized, by the way, that a couple episodes ago, I think I said it, maybe I said it, I don't know if I said it actually. Maybe I just thought it while grinding. Hone Claws could be interesting. Oh yeah, what does it do? Boosts its attack and accuracy. It's gonna be better than Torments anyway. Could be interesting. Setting up a little bit. I said the Sizzle doesn't have Technician. So the low power priority moves I had on it, they wouldn't get the damage boost. But I don't know that normal Sizzle even gets that, does it? Isn't that just a Mega Sizzle thing? I don't know. A Licky Tongue. Let's try to give Ang a little bit of a spotlight. I'm gonna look this up now. Sizzle Gen 5 abilities. I misspelled so many words in that and there's only 2 words. I misspelled both of them. Probably just Sonic Boom, right? Okay, so no, it can have Technician. Never mind. That didn't do a lot. Maybe Feint Attack will do more. Let's see. Oh, definitely not. And especially with Defense Curl. Sonic Boom doesn't care about your defense stat. It just takes your HP right just out of your HP bar. No calculation needed. Just HP minus 20. That's it. So keep defense curling because it literally doesn't do anything. And judging by your amount of HP, I still don't know actually if HP is such a prominent factor in... This might be bad. No. In deciding the experience value, but I think HP, or maybe base stat total, but I think HP more so than the other stats actually... Sentru! Finally something that Squidward can deal with again. Wow. HP is a very prominent factor in deciding the amount of HP you get for defeating a Pokemon, I think. Again, because I'm basing this on the fact that Blissey gives a lot, and I mean a lot of experience. So this shouldn't be an issue whatsoever. Yeah, you're dead. I killed your evolution, which admittedly was a level lower, but without an issue, so... We got through that battle, which I wasn't prepared for. No, don't make me go into the triple battle right away. Don't make me, please heal me before I do this. Please don't make me. Also, the gym leader was called Thomas. Again, sometimes talking hard, me caveman. Thomas. Definitely not Elisa, it's Thomas. I like the trainer names being randomized, frankly. I also like that the graphic you get before going into an important battle actually uses the randomized name. Which I wouldn't have thought it would do that, to be honest. Oh, thank you. So we're going into a double battle. One of which has a Mew and the other has a Togekiss. Okay, so that's not a good start. Please, for the love of all that is holy, take out Charon's or Max, I guess, his Pokemon first. You are a flying type, aren't you? Oh, that's actually very nice. Mew is now the same typing as Pupitar, which means it's a ground and or a rock. Maybe isn't it ground rock and then becomes dark rock when it evolves into Tyranitar, something like that. I don't know, but I can take out a Mew fairly easily now, I imagine. And you're attacking Pupitar, which I definitely approve. You had to. I took that so well. Okay, so this is going very well. So this Mewtwo should take Mewtwo. No, it's just a Mew, luckily. Should take a lot of damage. I one-shotted a Mew. I really like that. That's really fun. Also, the fact that I'm hearing the low HP sound is really stressing me out. Pupitar, not my Pokemon, don't care. So, between me and Pupitar... Pupitar is dead, never mind. I was gonna say, between me and Pupitar, we should be able to take out this Togekiss, but unless I got a minimal damage roll and now a maximum damage roll or a critical hit... What's with me calling critical hits today? I'm getting so lucky! And I get Bullet Seed, finally something to deal with freaking water types. Yeah, Constrict, never using that anyway. It's a weak move. So in the same episode that I say talking isn't as much of an issue as I make it out to be, I misspeak so often. But I also get a lot of luck with the critical hits, and especially exactly when I need them and when I call them. So I think it might like be a curse. I give up a little bit of my speech power, but I gain the power of critical hits. So can I now go back to the Pokemon Center? Yeah, because I want to end off this episode. And it's been an interesting episode, for sure. But until the next time, don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe to my channel. Also, I don't know what happened with my accent there. I figured I would do something funny. And I didn't think about what I was going to do. I was just like, let's autopilot it. Let's just see what happens when I think, let's just do something weird. And that is what happens with my voice when I think do something weird. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you have enjoyed this video, and join the Discord community linked down below in the description to keep up to date with all my newest uploads right when they come out. Also, there's the bell icon right next to the subscription button. I have also been thinking about making an animation thing to include in the videos themselves, like every single YouTube random mom has. Maybe you've seen that in this video. Maybe I've made it between recording and editing and uploading this. Maybe I haven't. I don't know. I'll see you all next time when we're probably going to be able to catch 1 or 2 new Pokemon and something's gonna die. I can just feel it. Bye.